The Norwegian Refugee Council is calling on the international community not to forget Africa's many displacement crises. The NRC calls itself a humanitarian, non-governmental organization that protects the rights of people affected by displacement. Here is Daniel Arap Moi with that report.
Cameroon now ranks as the world's most overlooked emergency. A separatist war in the northwest and southwest regions has left 3.4 million people in dire need of humanitarian assistance and another 1.1 million internally displaced. In the Lake Chad Basin, the brutal campaigns by the Islamic State West Africa province have forced hundreds of refugees into Cameroon amid famine conditions. Yet humanitarian funding has sharply declined, with less than half of all the needs met.
The funding situation is so bad that if a country receives 50% of the needed funding, we consider it a well-funded humanitarian crisis. So that tells you something. And in the countries on the neglected crisis list, it's all around 40% or much lower.
In Ethiopia, clashes and post-conflict instability, especially in regions like Tigray and Oromia, have caused significant internal displacement. At least 2.3 million people have been displaced due to insecurity and climate-related shocks such as floods and drought. According to the report, Ethiopia faces immense challenges, yet receives scant international support.
So what we are calling for on a global policy level is for these appeals to be better funded, for a needs-based approach to be taken to fund the most basic needs in these countries.
Mozambique, which ranked third on the most neglected displacement list, has endured years of armed violence and political unrest. 1.4 million people have been displaced to date, while nearly 600,000 people are said to have been displaced last year alone. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the resurgence of the M23 rebel group in late 2021 has caused thousands of civilians to flee their homes in search of safety. At least 7.4 million Congolese have been forcibly displaced. This year, a major offensive by the M23 led to the capture of major eastern cities. By early May, close to 140,000 people had fled the country, primarily to neighboring Burundi and Uganda. Other countries on the neglected displacement list include Burkina Faso, Mali, Uganda, and Somalia. The question is, will the rich and powerful nations step up funding, or will millions more be left to bear the brunt of neglected displacement? Daniel Arap Moi, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.